Well, yes, today I finally got some fish for the orange tank, and those fish are orange GloFish. That's what I was talking about getting, and I finally got some today. Now, I did say I was going to be getting some of the Glow Tetras, but also some of the Glow Danios. Well, didn't have any of the Danios, but did have some of the Tetras, so I got 3 orange Glow Tetras right there. They look really, really good, and they're going to show up really, really good up under this LED light. And they actually are the same kind of orange tint as those plants back there. And what's cool is that the orange crayfish, who is doing really good, you can see him right there, is more of like an orange tint as the gravel. So yeah, I'm gonna go let these guys finish acclimating, and I cannot wait to get these guys in there. They're gonna look so dang good in here. Finally got an LED light on the tank, and we'll have these 3 guys in here, and then in about 2 weeks we'll go and get some of the Glow Danios, and that will be our all orange tank. So the crayfish, like I said, has been doing really, really good in here. He's been a little bit weird acting, honestly, and I think that's just because there has been a light on the tank, and he's been used to, you know, a pretty bright light on the tank from being at the store. But now that we have a light on here, I think he'll start you know, acting, you know, how he should be acting. He's just been acting a little funny. Sometimes I'll come out here and be kind of crouched up in the corner, which they do that sometimes. But in the last few days, he has started to wonder about the tank a little bit more. And he's been eating okay. He hasn't been eating like I really want him to, but he actually did shed about 2 days after being in the tank. So now my goldfish slash turtle pond has actually turned green. That's because the UV bulb and the filter has actually went out. Today I got one of those at the store, and I will be putting that on in the morning. I'll actually show that to you guys. It's pretty cool to like take one of those filters apart and like, you know, just kind of show you how it works. It should be crystal clear by like the end of the day tomorrow or the end of the day on Monday. So, you know, by the time we get the koi in there on Monday, it should be, you know, pretty well clear by then. The conch here in the saltwater tank has been doing his job. He's been keeping the sand, you know, really, really white and clean, as you can see right there. He's actually kind of burying himself right now. You can see his eyes a little peeping out right there. But yeah, the fish are doing great. Frostbite clown, the Royal Grama. And here within the next few weeks or so, I should be getting the other clownfish for this tank. But the front of the glass is starting to grow some algae, so I'm gonna go in there with my toothbrush. This is like my secret tool to getting algae off tanks. It is like one of the best tools to use for like scraping algae and stuff. I promise you, try a toothbrush if you're having trouble getting algae off your tank. You can get in all these little tight corners and nick and crannies and stuff in your tank that you can't get with like a, you know, an algae scraper or scrubber or something like this. Try a toothbrush, believe me, it'll work. I'll just kind of go along the glass like that, and you'll slowly start to see it, you know, turn crystal clear again. It just kind of puts a film on the tank, and just go along the glass, get it all off. And then you can see the clownfish going after me right there. Look at him. He stays after me when I get in the tank. Alright, and there we go, looking a whole lot better now. You kind of, you know, murky it up a little bit, but after about an hour or two, it starts to clear back up. So yeah, it's looking a whole lot better now on the front of the glass. And then, not every time I clean the front of the glass, but most of the time, I will go ahead and clean the sides. You can see that right there. That definitely needs some scrubbing, so I'll be doing that probably in a few days. Well, you guys, it is about time now to go and put our 3 new Glow Tetras into their new tank. Look at that. Gonna look amazing. Let's get them in there. Alright, just gonna take them one by one and put them on in with my hand. Here they go. There's one of them right there. Alright, there's the second one and the third one. Alright, so they're all 3 into the tank, and they look amazing here. So they're, you know, they're a lot light in coloration right now. They almost look like the green GloFish, but they're not. They are the orange ones, I promise you. But that's only because they're kind of stressed out right now. So I'm gonna let these guys settle into the tank. I'm gonna turn the lights off, and yeah, we'll check on these guys in the morning. I'm gonna go and give the beta and the neon some bloodworms. Look at these guys, looking great this morning. And actually what I've started doing, like sometime late in the afternoon, is actually turning the filter off and out through the night, so that way they can, you know, kind of rest, and that way the beta doesn't get pushed around by the flow. But they are looking great. Check them out. The neons have really colored up a lot since they've been in here. Gotta give the convicts a few bloodworms this morning. Watch these guys, go look at them. They are on it. Still have not seen any eggs out of these guys just yet. They're starting to clear out a little spot down there. You can see that, where they've like just completely cleared all the gravel off of one spot, and it's just like the bottom of the tank, the glass. So that might be where she lays her eggs at. We'll just have to see. You know, they're still, you know, they act like they're paired up, but at the same time, there's no spawning that's went on really yet, but they are doing really good together, so that's good. Going to get the saltwater fish some bloodworms this morning. Normally I feed them either brine or mysis, but sometimes I like to kind of fatten them up, you know, with some bloodworms. You can see the clownfish and that grama getting all fattened up on it. And like I said, I just like to feed them a little bit of bloodworms here and there, just to kind of fatten them up a little bit more. And there are the 3 GloFish right there. They are looking really good this morning. So I'm going to put a few bloodworms in here, and let's just see if they eat. Oh, we got one. Look at that. The one came out and got one. The other 2 back there behind the plant's hiding. He just got one. Look at that. He ate it too. He just got another one. Look at that. So at least that one big one is eating. The other 2, like I said, are back there behind the plants. But that guy just ate at least a couple of them, I know. So that is definitely a good sign, and hopefully by either tomorrow or the next day, the other 2 will be eating by then. And then you guys know what I do with the rest of the bloodworms or whatever frozen food I'm feeding, the leftovers. I always go to this tank right here and look at them go. I always love it. Look at the crayfish. Look at him. And he actually loves bloodworms. It's pretty crazy to watch him eat them. But he actually really does like bloodworms. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so here's the so here's the UV bulb. Okay, so here's the UV bulb for the filter. Okay, so here's the UV bulb for the pond filter. I'm about to take it out of the pond and I go and install this. I'm going to show you guys kind of the inside part of the filter. Now, you guys remember there being the floating filter here. This was the old filter, and then it kind of like stopped working. Well, what I did the other day, I actually took it apart and found out the reason why it stopped working. You see the little pump chamber? I'll show it to you guys here in a second. There's actually a little bitty rock. One of these little pea gravel pebbles got snagged up in there, and that stopped the pump. So I took the floating filter out since the UV bulb in it stopped working, and that's when it turned green. I took it out, and then I put the old filter back in there, and as you can see, it is working just fine. Now, I'm going to take the fountain nozzle off, though. I just kind of like it where, you know, the fountain's putting a lot of movement on the surface, but yeah, we're going to take this thing out of there and get this bulb in there. And as you can see, the pond is green. Now, I actually took about half the water out yesterday, filled it back up, and that did clear it up some, but it's still not where it needs to be. So yeah, we're going to get this UV bulb installed in the filter, and it should be back crystal clear by tomorrow. Okay, so here it is. This thing is actually pretty easy to unassemble. All you do, on each side, there's one of these little clamp things right here, and you just turn it, pops that side open, and turn this one, and it pops that off right there. So then you have the first filter pads right here, and these are actually just completely cleaned off when I put it back in there, and that was just one day ago, and you can see how dirty they get. But just take the second layer off, and then you have your media right here. Take those 2 bags out, and that is your UV clarifier right in there. So just washing that off some because it is pretty dirty. And there it is. So that right there is your UV bulb. So I'm going to unscrew it and install the new one. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the bulb right here. This is a 5-watt UV bulb, and the one I got is a 9-watt. So I'm going to take the 9-watt back and get a 5-watt, and yeah, I'll do that sometime later on today. But it's actually raining right now, so I'm going to go inside, let it stop raining, and we'll go later on to Lowe's or something, get another UV bulb, get it in the filter, and get it back into the pond. Alright guys, just now the next day, and I actually did go to Lowe's and Home Depot yesterday, and neither one of them had a 5-watt UV bulb. Now, Lowe's did have UV bulbs, but they had about 29 watts, and I need a 5-watt. So, what I'm going to have to do is actually just order one, and I was not able to get to the core today because, like I said, the pond is still green because I don't have a UV bulb in the filter yet. But once I get the UV bulb, I will get it installed in the filter, and we have our pond back crystal clear, and we will get our 3 baby butterfly koi for it. The GloFish are doing great. All 3 of them are now eating, so that's really good. But that is going to be pretty much it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please be sure to drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let me know what you think about the new GloFish and any other fish that you think I should get for it besides the other orange glow Danios. Yeah, if you have any other ideas for it, definitely let me know. Anyways guys, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.